I welcome all the citizens who are here to participate tonight in accordance with Governor Ralph Northam's declaration of a state of emergency due to the novel coronavirus, Executive Order 51 on March 12, 2020, and the local declaration of emergency ratified by the Portsmouth City Council, and due to the coronavirus pandemic, which is continuing in the Commonwealth of Virginia. This called meeting of the Portsmouth City Council is being held by video conference on the 18th day of March 2021, without a quorum present in the City Council chamber in order to reduce the likely spread of the coronavirus. In accordance with City Council Ordinance 2020-21 and 2020-102. Each council member is participating from their home or remote location, and I am in the city council chamber. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Barnes,
Present.
Mr. Battle,
Here.
Mrs. Lucas Burke,
Here.
Mr. Moody,
Here.
Dr. Whitaker,
Present.
Mr. Woodard,
Here.
Mayor Glover.
Here. We have one item on the agenda, item 21-92, the appointment of city manager. Council members, we are in need of a motion and a second.
Yes, Mayor. I move for the appointment of Miss Angel Jones as city manager beginning April the 12th, 2021 at a salary of $200,000, and that her contract details are negotiated by the mayor and interim city attorney on behalf of the city council.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council members, is there any discussion?
Yes.
Is that Vice Mayor Barnes? You have the floor, sir, and then Councilman Moody.
Yes, I wanna make a motion to withdraw that motion. A couple of things. We didn't get to review the contract beforehand. Also, we received a lot of emails from citizens regarding this particular person saying that we shouldn't pick them, just like we received emails based off of the same thing for other candidates that was mentioned. And a lot of the people who referenced those emails when the other candidates of why they couldn't vote for the other candidate seem to forget that those emails came in with the same about this candidate as well. So I want to make a motion to withdraw that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. City Attorney, you want to address that?
I'm not sure a motion to withdraw is proper here. There's a motion that was made on the floor by Dr. Whitaker, and I don't know if that has been seconded yet, but I think that motion has to be dealt with first before a motion to withdraw. His motion was on the floor. If there's not a second, then it doesn't move forward. But if there's a second, I believe that motion would move forward first.
I second the motion. I had second the motion.
The motion has Councilmember Moody, you have the floor, sir.
Well, I've got two questions. First of all, I would think the proper procedure would be a substitute motion. But that my other question is, what's the terms of the contract as far as the length?
We haven't finalized the length of the contract. I will talk with Ms. Jones first of next week, and we will finalize the length. So that is where we are with the length. But we have made the offer. We have contacted her. She has agreed to the offer, and so there are some details we still have to work through. But she has agreed to the offer, and she has accepted the amount.
Well, the length of the contract is extremely important from my perspective, because I wouldn't I would not go a 4-year contract. The max I would go would be 2 years. But all these things together are usually ready for public unveiling at the same time. In my past appointments to city managers, usually the compensation, the length of the agreement, the terms, any car allowance, any expense account. Usually that's all there for the unveiling at the same time, so the public can hear what the details are going to be. So if that's not the case, I think this should be deferred until the terms of the agreement are. I thought the terms would be unveiled tonight, as far as the length of the agreement, the car allowance, the expense account, what have you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moody. Madam Clerk, can you speak to that matter?
Yes, sir. Members of City Council, the contract is not worked out because, first of all, council has to actually appoint the person. The contract is taken care of following the appointment. And as I forwarded it to you in an email, the contract is worked up between the mayor and the city attorney with the city manager candidate, and that information is provided to council to get council's consensus on it. But that is not done at the time of appointment. The only thing that's done at appointment is naming the candidate, deciding the start date, and what the salary is going to be. It has never been a part of the appointment to have the contract of the city manager available at that time.
Well, the salary is certainly part of the agreement. I view the salary and their other items as the agreement instead of a piecemeal situation.
Dr. Whitaker, sir, you have the floor.
Just to bring some clarification, tonight we're just appointing the city manager. And as Ms. White said, there's some basic information that has to be included. However, the second part of it is the contract, which council will have to give a consensus on. However, you can't negotiate with someone until you have actually appointed them. And so this is just the appointment process, and then we would have to bring a consensus on what the final terms are.
You can't. Who says you can't negotiate until they're appointed? I've negotiated with employees before before they were actually hired. Is that my question's for the city attorney? Mr. Stromberg, is that a legal matter?
No, it really isn't. If city council wants to appoint or extend an offer to somebody, and that's basically what's happening tonight, I think it certainly can do so. And in my experience, that's how it's normally done, that somebody's appointed or made an offer, picked as the candidate, and then the contract is negotiated. There's some basic things that are talked about beforehand, but I think Ms. White, City Clerk White, is correct, and I think Dr. Whitaker is correct also. It's really up to City Council how they want to handle it, but there's a motion on the floor right now to appoint this individual, and if she's voted in favor of, then a contract would be negotiated after that.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Yes, Vice Mayor, you have the floor.
To our attorney, I need to get some clarity on your statement, because you said you think, but you didn't give me any type of clarity if you actually know regarding the motion that I made.
Yeah, I don't think your motion substitutes for the motion that was already on the floor. There was a motion on the floor that had been seconded. I wasn't sure it was seconded, but Lisa Burke, Councilwoman Lisa Burke, had seconded it, and I think that moves forward. You can always vote against it if you don't want it. It's not like there's
So
something being
so
pulled.
so
You still,
so are you sure? Because you keep saying I think. Is this what actually can happen? Because I did make a sub motion to withdraw the motion that was made and it was seconded.
yeah, I don't think that's a proper substitute motion. That
You keep saying you think though. I'm trying to see if that's the for sure thing. Because we in a situation like this, we kind of got to know.
it's the sure thing. That motion's heard first.
Okay.
He made the motion. He made the motion and it was seconded, and it's entitled to get a vote. Your motion isn't a substitute motion.
Madam Clerk, are we ready to call the roll?
Yes, sir.
I think we still get discussion, right?
Everybody has spoken. That unless someone else wants to raise their hand. Madam
Well,
Clerk, are you ready to call the roll?
Yes, sir. Mr. Barnes,
no.
Mr. Battle,
No.
Mrs. Lucasberg,
Yes.
Mr. Moody, Mr. Moody,
I defer to being last, right before the mayor.
Councilman Moody. Unfortunately, the roll call by the charter is done in alphabetical order, not to be taken out of order.
And by council rules.
Yes.
Scott Whitaker,
Yes.
Mr. Woodard,
No.
Mayor Glover.
Yes.
This item passes 4-3.
Thank you, council members. There being no other items on the agenda, this meeting is adjourned.
Good evening.
Good evening.